These are the Mack 1 3/4 inch chrome long tube headers for 2005 to 2010 GT Mustangs. These are the most budget-friendly option for the 05 to 10, so these are going to be your go-to option if you're looking for a set of chrome long tubes and you want to keep things budget-minded. Long tubes are a great way to get both sound and performance gains out of your Mustang, and a lot of people turn to chrome headers like these ones for performance and a good look in the engine bay. Long tube headers are always a difficult install, especially considering you'll need to install a shorty midpipe with these headers. You can expect to spend a full day in the garage and a 3 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. Let's look at some of the specifics of the headers first. The primary tubes are 1 3/4 inch 16 gauge mandrel bent stainless steel, which is gonna help with smooth airflow. They then merge down to your collector, which needs to connect to a new shorty midpipe. These have 2.5 inch true fit collectors, and just keep in the back of your mind that you will need a new midpipe to run long tubes on this generation, and it's recommended to stick with the same brand when it comes to long tubes and midpipes. So you want a Mack shorty midpipe so you know that they'll fit together. I always encourage people to keep with the same brands because when you mix brands, you tend to run into fitment issues. If we move on to the finish, these headers have a chrome finish. This is different than a natural or ceramic finish. A ceramic finish is more functional and a natural finish is more raw. The chrome finish that these headers have is popular for show cars or for those of you out there that want to keep a clean, bright finish under the hood. Just know that over time, chrome finished headers do tend to change a little bit in color. Over time and after a lot of heat, you might get some gold notes on the headers. One thing I will say is that when it comes to long tubes, while a tune is not required, it's always going to be your best bet when you switch over to a long tube setup. And I say this because a tune here will help you not only get everything out of these expensive mods, but one of the main purposes of that tune with the long tubes is to turn off those rear O2 sensors so you won't be getting a check engine light. Now, if you really don't want a tune or it isn't in the budget right now, since we are talking about budget shopping at this point, then you can get away with running some MIL eliminators to get around that check engine light. When it comes to price, you can expect to pay right about $450 for these. Mack is more budget friendly than other options out there. Do keep in mind though that you will need to pick up that shorty midpipe. A Mack shorty midpipe is going to cost just under $450. You do have a handful of other options though. You have different brands and different sizes, but just know that they'll all cost more than the Mack setup. As for the install on this one, long tubes are always going to be a difficult install. I don't say this often, but if you don't have a helping hand or you don't have much experience, it might be better to just take the car to a shop for the install. If you do tackle this one yourself, it's going to be a full 3 out of 3 wrenches on the scale and a day in the garage, especially considering that you'll be installing that midpipe with these headers. You can do the job on a jack and jack stands, but a lift would make it easier for sure. You're going to need your toolbox for this one with an assortment of different sockets, wrenches, and extensions. You're looking at things like disconnecting the steering shaft, the starter, and removing the motor mounts to get enough room. A lot of this install obviously requires working on some pretty tight areas, so while everything is straightforward, getting access and maneuverability in these areas is actually tricky. To make things easier, you're even looking at pushing the trans out of the way to get enough room. And having a helping hand in this case is really going to benefit you. But a day of wrestling and some pretty pennies spent on these mods is totally worth it in my opinion. That's going to wrap things up for the Mack 1 3/4 inch chrome long tube headers for 2005 to 2010 GTs. You can always check them out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.